716. Are you ready to ignite the flames on your dreams and passions? Stay right here on Fire 716, serving you the best in urban and inspirational music.
You locked into the vault with Councilman Donta Myles.
Good morning. Thank you guys for rolling through. I'm just going to stop all of my good sharing right now. I see y'all in. What's going on, everybody? We are here today. Today is a very special day as well. First, before we get into it, I want to shout out the boss man, Big Frank. Hey, we here. So we're here at 716 Fire 716 Radio. I want y'all to go. Let's get the business out the way first, and go to Fire 716 Radio. Download the app so y'all can get all of this good content. Listen, today is a continuation of my series of engaging our youth, and today we have a special guest, and I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Is it Asana? I'm good. Hey, so listen, I'm going to introduce her and her. Listen here, Mama Bear is over here too. Come on, Mama Bear. Hey, y'all know exactly who and all this good dancing. Hey, so here we go. So I want to like hop right into it. I'm gonna be 100% honest. One of the biggest things for me, and the reason why I do pretty much everything that I do in the city, is for the the generations under us. Like, we're strong enough to handle our own. We good, but it's a lot of stuff that they just don't like. They can't. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the first portion is making sure that we let everybody know that y'all got a place in society, in community, in the local government. Y'all have a space that's just as much as yours as it is ours and our predecessors and the people that came before us. So, Asana, I'm going to have you just introduce yourself. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, and then we can get rolling.
Y'all know my name is Sana. I'm 13. I'm be 14 in August. I went to gas skill. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be done about that too. I'm going to the high school. Hopefully, not a lot of young.
Hey, you ready for high school?
Yeah, I already want to be back in school. I don't like this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you like the school atmosphere. Oh, that's good. Sweet deal. Sweet deal. So listen, we here. I see Big Ezra here on the. What's going on? Easy. Um, Miss Galloway. Let's see here. So love. Key Layla, Brian. What's going on? I just want to shout y'all out before I get started. So we're here, Lauren, and everybody in Fire 716 world. I see y'all. Peace and love. Okay, so let's talk about the city that we live in, the city of Niagara Falls. Um, One of the things is this. I made mention on the show often is that I don't feel that it's fair to the youth that we decide what it is that's good for, or that's fun for them, or that's acceptable for them, or that's for them to do. Or when it comes down to our day to day, everyone is different. We all have different fingerprints for a specific reason, because we have different needs, different wants. Only way we're gonna find out what works for y'all is
It's
if we
through
talk.
us.
If we talk to if we talk to y'all, right? So our thing is I think what we have gotten into the habit of is the idea we'll build it and they'll come. That don't Let me put this on my face so y'all can see my mouth. That doesn't work. At the end of the day, and I love the energy of y'all, of your generation, and I kind of got a little bit of it in me too. You know what I mean? That little, you ain't gonna just tell me to do what I gotta do just because you said it. Like, I need to see how it works. With that being said, I can appreciate that. One of the biggest things is that we have to make sure that in order for us to pave a way, we have to know what it is that you guys desire, how you move. You know what I mean? And a lot of times
Like
I'll go
like the
back.
stuff that we're interested in, stuff like that. Because we can't have somewhere to be at. We can't follow somewhere and we don't have a base to start at, especially living here at this young age. We have
Come
nowhere else to
on.
go unless we move.
Come on. And did you hear what she just said? Unless you and what happens most of the time when these young kids get out of high school?
They
end
go
up-
traveling the state, go to this college, that college is the third.
and then a lot of them take off, you know, and they end up leaving, and we have all of these gifts. We have people who, you know, these young people with all of this good energy, with all of this fresh knowledge, with these gifts that they have, and then they go to school, they get their degrees, and all of the gifts that could be utilized in a city right here goes. And we wonder why we don't have the workforce that we need to get things done. Right? So, with that being said, somebody just recently just graded our city as an A. Now I look at my city. I want our city to be the best version of itself. Right? I can tell you truly right now that our city is not the best version of itself. As a 13-year-old about to be 14 in August, if you were to grade our city today, to completely honest. Right, right. Mm-hmm.
Sports, recreations, this part, that part. I mean, we were busy.
Right. We had it.
Kids, we were outside, community events, cleanup, block club parties. Remember, like, I mean, even
Man, it ain't none of that here
right,
now.
Right.
Ain't none of that here now.
Christmas and see every house decorated.
Right.
You know, it's children in that house.
Right.
It's decorated.
Right.
I love when my mom did that. I like taking them,
Right.
my children, and riding them through. I would be like, okay, well, let's go through Unity Park Center.
Right.
It don't be much to look at.
Ain't no
No,
lights,
no,
no decorations.
no, nothing. No, and what happens is we lose, and we lost population. Like it was one point, and I said this at City Hall. I said the problem is we're up here trying to find new answers using old metrics. We don't have the same population density that we once had. You know, at one point Niagara Falls had 115 plus thousand people. We got less than 48,000 right now. So how do we? So, like you said, we had so much. We had, and then we had. When I talk about the community center, there were leaders within the community center. That community center was pretty much the house where we were able to go, and we knew that Mr. Tab was there. We moved Mr. Ivy, Peter Ivy, and we knew that these cats were there. So if we needed them, we need to talk to them. Yo, we knew this was the home for our leaders. We don't have a home for our leaders. We have a housing authority. That's not, and I'm gonna say it again because I always give credit and honor where honor is due, you know, and especially Samika, what she does with that Packer Court Center, she ingrains a lot of community. My kids been there multiple times, and we don't live in Packer Court for different events. However, I feel like there's a landlock of space. It's not enough space and room to really do what needs to be done, and, you know, and to accommodate your, you know, generation. So with us grading it, our youth are A, possibly B plus sometimes back in the day. Right. Let's be honest, and I definitely honest opinion. What will you grade our city as of today, as you see it right now?
I would grade our city a D minus.
D minus. That's a real good answer. Not an F. No, right.
I mean, it's some good stuff in here, but I feel like most of the bad stuff tops it more than the good stuff.
And that speaks deafening volumes. And I wish people would listen. It's a very big difference between hearing and listening. A lot of times people you can hear all the time. Hearing, I hear you, but when I'm listening to you, I'm digesting what you're saying
and making an effort towards it.
to change it, right? So with that being said, um, let's talk about, you know, our city. I like ideas for you, and for you personally. What do you feel like if there was a space that you can go to, and that was like this is the center of all centers, what would you like to see in it? Because see, here's the thing that people say, well, you should do this, or no. What would you personally, because I'm going to ask this question on many different scales, because if we're going to build something, this is my track record. Fire 716, all of this, because we're going to always be able to come back to this, and we're going to say, no, we had youth telling you exactly what it is that they would love to see. That could even further like education, trade, and stuff like that. That's cool. But what would you like to see in the space of like a community space for youth?
So for me, I have a lot of female friends that like to do hair, do nails, all that type of stuff. They're very creative. So maybe a space for the females where it's not a bunch of males trying to bother them and reflect on what they're trying to do to positive themselves.
Right.
But a lot of the boys like to play basketball, football, the game. So maybe somewhere that has like a field for them to play.
Come on,
and for them to do basketball. And then also somewhere in there where like everybody could get together. They could hang out, they could play, we could eat, color, all that type of stuff. And not just for the teens, but also a space for the younger kids so that they have something to look up for eventually.
See, now that's what I can appreciate. Can I tell you what I appreciate about that? Is you are very inclusive. It wasn't just about my group, but like, listen, because now that's leadership, whether you know it or not. That right. I'm looking at the next generation that's coming up. So let them see some positivity as well. And it's not just about me. So listen, let me put this on my face again. So you guys, listen here. That's called leadership. That's called leadership, where you have someone that's focused and in tune with what it is that they need and desire, but at the same token, they're looking forward to the next generation. How do we that's something that I was talking about too as well, is how do we reproduce what it is that I have? How do I duplicate my services to the community? So for instance, in the event that someone is interested in politics, that may not have grew up around politics, but they're seeing how they're getting kind of the inner working of how it works, and they're finding out like, okay, this is how they're in charge of the budget. They're in charge of this group of people is in charge of development. This group of people is in charge of, financial, or infrastructure and all of that stuff like that. And you're paying attention to it. There is a space. So my biggest thing is how do I, as a fighter, because most of the people who are on here, hey, I see a lot of y'all on here, so I'll reach out to y'all in a minute. I'm a fighter, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I am where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. How do I duplicate what I do? And not saying somebody do exactly what I do, but if somebody is like, you know what, we need inspiration. Thank you. Inspire.
Let them see what I'm doing and say, how can I look at them and take their leadership and branch off and make it my way and inspire someone else to
do and to keep that continue.
She loves
and see, and that's what I love. That's my biggest thing. That's why I'm like, and trust me, this can be another home for you, so you can feel free to come back anytime.
Like a trade school, like, well, I wish there was a trade school or somewhere where we can go and do nails and we can all learn how to do hair, or it's classes that we can do makeup. There's so many beauty salons, it would be great if one of the girls offered that as a summer camp here. You know what I mean? That would be
because
good.
Eventually having it here, it might attract other people as well from other places.
Right.
Once the population starts getting back, what are they going to do? They got to fix the abandoned buildings. They can't have these abandoned buildings here and more people are coming. There's going to be no space for them.
Right. Has to be room for true development. And that right there, I'm listening. I am so thankful because one, it takes the voice of you, like you voices need to be heard. And if we here at Fire 716 Radio, y'all got a home here where y'all voice will continuously be heard. So listen, you mentioned a space. I said that before, and something. Well, no, I don't want to take credit for it. It was another young person that I spoke to. So y'all kind of in the same space, like you said, just a space for us to just be and exist around each other, just to because sometimes we try to overthink.
Or without a lot of drama and
right.
stuff. It seems like no matter where you go, there's always some type of mix of drama. It's always some type of fight. It's always some type of argument. This person is getting pressed here. This person is being talked about here. Like, it's just going to make our community more negative. It's going to make everybody go negative. No positive. Nobody wants to be around nobody.
So a safe space.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, a safe space. That stuff is important. And if and so for our generation and those, I'm trying to tell you,
girl.
right, she hitting it on the money.
Ooh, my
so
baby want to stay space.
come
I hear that,
through.
parents.
And that's important. That's the thing about it. It's so important that for the youth to have that, right? So my thing is they was like, I don't even care if this is what these young people were talking about. They're like, I don't care if it was like a nice big room with couches and like TVs on the wall that we can
like it just
we can
all just chill together and hang out together. Like no drama, no fighting. We just all here a big family type thing.
That's how you build that cohesiveness with community. I'm gonna tell you honestly, let's be 100%. We need that with the older people as well. Like, so the things that y'all need, I think a nice true rec center, a center that's a recreation center that just allows you to engage with your peers in a positive space. And trust and believe. I believe in safe space. I believe in security. I believe in making sure that, hey, have people who are respected in the community. You know what I'm saying? That can actually help monitor that space to say, hey, because we had that. And I believe that we're in a space right now. We're in a position where we do have some people within our generation that will be able to hold that down.
And willing to be there.
Yeah. So
see that.
We have to do that right there. So it's not us overthinking things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we overthink things way too much. And so, and things to do, skating rink. Why is it
so far? It's so far away. We got to drive so far to hang out with our friends.
Right.
We got to go out of town to go and hang out with our friends. Like, that's not a good look at all.
For the city. This is a city that brings in 8-9 million people every year, but we focus so much on those 8 and 9 million people that the area, the corner of the city that's owned by the state that gets the most. The state, let me always put that through. The state gets up to like 75% of all of our tourism dollars. You know what I'm saying? So casino funds, all of that. See, a lot of times people think that Niagara Falls get more money than we get, than we have. We don't have, because we weren't at the table when those deals was being made. We didn't have them. Listen, we ain't have a me on council and when they were making these deals, because ain't no way in the world y'all gonna be sitting at the table talking about a casino that's gonna sit in the heart of my city. And I'm not gonna be at the table. Oh no! Oh, we ain't talking about it. Don't bring it. I'm gonna raise sand and turn tables. So now we're here. We're crying to the casino syndicate nations for money, and we piss poor spend on the norm. And all of a sudden, we have American Rescue Plan funds that's being spent ridiculously, without the inner city as a thought, such an afterthought. So the thing is that, like, and then we're talking about that's why when they like Dante, why you going so you going real hard against that Centennial Park? I said because you want to spend $150 million on the park, but we can't take about $5 million and buy us and set us up a decent center for the kids in a space because we got space. We have the space. That whole watch this. Go behind.
Can be looked up as quite a few things there for kids.
Come.
So the Summit Mall is owned by a Canadian who doesn't abide here, doesn't live here. He has a man who runs that institution, and they have a plan for it that doesn't cater to us as a community.
Wow.
Totality.
Wow.
So they got batting rams in there. They got an entertainment field. They have these plans. But it's catered more towards that community.
That portion of the community.
And that's just where that is. But it's been at a standstill and stuck in the same place for so long.
Look at look at old Walmart. Watch this.
That's a great building right there.
But look at what we do with our spaces. Look at the old Walmart and Sam's Club. We want to turn that into a storage unit for a Green Pack Mill. Like that whole space, that could have been a Dave and Buster's, that could have been a skating ring, that could have been like so much space.
It's like 4 Tim Hortons here,
right?
Like,
and then they building another one on Niagara Falls Boulevard.
We don't need that many Tim
right.
Hortons.
Y'all so busy about
McDonald's,
putting coffee in people's throat. So it's just like
waking them up in the morning.
Right. And it's like, yo, but and waking us up to a zombie city.
They waking us up to this.
Right.
We want to wake up to this. We want to wake up to what everybody's making Niagara Falls seem and look like, what they're seeing all down at the tourists. That's where they stay at. They don't come down in here because once they come down here, they're not gonna want to come back.
No, you already know it. That's the truth. See, now this is the truth. Let me put it back on my mom. This is the truth. I want y'all to hear this from the young people because this is a truth that a lot of us live. Sometimes we get caught up. Hold on. I'm gonna have to wait.
That's the truth.
This is the truth that a lot of us get caught up in, where we don't want to admit it. Sometimes we want to make our city look a lot different than what it really is, but at the end of the day, it's not. We're painting a untrue narrative of what the city is. The true story is that we're nowhere near the best version of ourselves. I'm gonna turn it over here to the boss man real quick. Hey, boss man, give us a little input of what you, because I know. Listen, we talk about this often. From your space, how do you feel that we can like there's a start? There has to be a starting point.
Yeah.
And I think the starting point is what we're doing now.
Yeah. I think that a great starting point is that it's as much as we want our government to do a thing, we have a responsibility to do it. And I think from where I'm at right now is that you guys talked about a space just to hang out. Maybe you don't get that space 7 days a week.
Right.
But you can definitely, but listen, on every fourth Friday, we about to go to 57165. We chilling.
Right.
That's what it takes.
Right.
But it's gonna take somebody to be the initiator of that.
And spread it all around.
And I'm gonna tell you where your benefit is that if you don't have beef with nobody, I mean you can really go anywhere.
Right.
You can talk to anybody.
Right.
And I think that is something that I would encourage you even to do. Come up with a plan. Come up with the idea and do it. You're not too young. You don't have to wait, because if you wait on somebody else to do it, you'll be waiting for a long time
till the cows come home.
And I think that's what has happened with Niagara Falls as a whole. We've been waiting for somebody else to do it. This is a conversation that we had on this radio station with a young man, and I gave some details of what to do if you're serious. Still ain't did nothing. But he worked in 6 jobs.
Right.
Putting in grind work. But what happens is after you leave the conversation, where's the footwork at?
Right.
Because you ain't got to have all the money. Just have the plan. Because if you got the plan, you'll build relationships. And I'm pretty sure myself now, right?
Yeah.
What happens is you build relationships and connections. Or they be like, oh, just use the space. Oh, you can come right here and do it. Matter of fact, you can You can chill here. Bring the music. Here goes some chairs.
Mm.
Here, y'all can rock out here for a minute and just chill. No beef. It'll be monitored.
Right.
But if you never write the plan, you never take that action, then what? Don't wait for nobody else. It's my because no shots to your parents. They in the room. Parents been waiting for somebody to do it to a degree, but ain't nobody taking that leadership role because it comes with some smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the idea, why not? What does it take to get a building, knock it down, have bathrooms, and turn it into a wood floor?
Mm-hmm.
What does it take for real?
Right.
You know, and who has the capital to do it? People will invest in you, but they don't know what to invest in because you've been complaining, but you ain't said nothing for real.
That's been our generation for a minute. They ain't gonna even front.
Right.
So that's why I'm glad that their generation. Sure. These are some movers. This group right here are the movers. I'm very I have even more hope because I said, listen, I wake up to my daughter every day, and I'm like, how you guys maneuver, how y'all not just talk, but y'all like, okay, well, let's see something happen. Like, I'm willing to say the stuff that people aren't
saying, willing to start the drama.
Just
talk about the tea.
Talk about it, right.
Talk about the tea, but when your name gets pulled into it and you're included in it, this person is included in it, the two people that started it included it, then we all want to tussle and fight for y'all to just be cool again.
Right.
It was useless. It was pointless. Y'all just wanted some drama for a minute.
So now we got to find out, how do we take that next step? So here's the thing. I'm around. Let me say it in the mic so everybody know. I'm certainly around when it comes down to y'all movement and what it is that needs to be done. So what has to happen is there has to become a collective of young people that feels the same way, that comes together. How do we make it happen? You have two parents here right now. If we start with, and we'll collaborate, and you talk to your friends, your all these kids that y'all connected with, talk to them like, listen, do we really want change in the city? Like, do you want a place like we got? There's an opening right now of let's say resources where there's a possibility that we can get our own, but we have to come up with our own plan. We can't expect people. I call it the unspoken expectations. If you don't speak about it, you can't expect it. Right. So the biggest thing is connecting you guys together so you guys can come up with what looks right for you. Not what we think look right for you. Not what my parents and our grandparents think look right for you.
I think that all of our parents think that we like to read and write all day and all night long. We just want to read and write and read and write. We can read and write every 10 minutes.
That's a little bit, but
we also need something to do that interests us more than interests
that's more recreational, something that gets you moving, something that gets your, something that takes you away from, like I said this before. Okay, it's beautiful to have a computer lab or so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, these kids are sitting.
Computer lab.
I'm gonna get in trouble. No, I think if you pay attention to just your current generation, you have to read and write. Some people are books savvy. There's animation. There's Do you think TikTok is not a game?
No, you're right.
There's entertainment. There's Snapchat. There's creativity.
Right.
There's a desire that now technology is the motion.
Right.
And if you're not tapped in and you're not giving your kids Niagara Falls directly, I'm gonna get a little loud for this.
Right.
Because Niagara Falls is behind in technology.
Yeah.
If we're not teaching and showing our children what we can do with technology,
right,
you're doing a disservice to them.
Right.
Like, for example, AI right now
is huge.
Killing
it's
the game.
Huge.
If you don't learn AI and know how to operate it, how to word it, how to do prompts, let
me just say this, it's called artificial intelligence. For those who may not know AI.
and I think that the children now, like you have to be tapped into what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, some people doing music, they're doing hair, they cosmetology, makeup is a thing. Listen,
Right.
that contour is not a game. That
Right.
is
That's a serious thing.
out here just, it's really a thing.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like this is where the world is going.
Right.
And even if they were to stay, if the celebrities came here, when they put out who doing the makeup,
right,
who's doing the hair?
right. Who is that?
Who is splattered by
Like
his
valid,
style?
who's
Right.
doing it? And I think that is something that we neglect. And this is the first deposit. It gives me our grandparents' parents.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, listen, no, you can go in and work this fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not about to go try something different and new, because that's not what we're accustomed to.
Right.
And we have to be open to let our children experience those with wisdom, the nuances of what life is bringing now, and not be afraid of, oh no, but I went to work. I know you did. And I don't mind working. I don't mind working. I'm not saying I don't want to work and make money.
I think a big excuse parents like to use is what happened somewhere else with somebody else.
Yeah,
they
sure.
love
Right.
saying,
Just back in the
especially
day.
you.
I'll take that heat.
Mom,
I
I love
will
you
take
dearly, but you will be quick to say, "Oh, this just happened with this person, so you can't go here and you can't do this because this happened there."
But that comes from me being a protective
Right.
parent.
Are you talking about like?
I want you to be able to go somewhere, and I don't have to fear that it's going to be a big something happening.
Now you talk.
Or that someone's going to do something, and just because you're friends with or affiliated, you're going to be a part of it too. Like, that's just a protector. I want you to be
No. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, because Dahlia, me and her just had the same conversation. Like, she be wanting to do a lot of walking now. Now I'm on this kind of time from this block and from the space, and again, that's why I fight what I fight, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because see, let me tell you, I campaigned the whole city. I was in DeVoe, I was in Cayuga Island, LaSalle, and the Midtown, and downtown, and North End, and all of that, right? And some people have the luxury of being able to let their kids just go out the front door and around the block and play. Right. When I tell you the level of peace that I seen in specific portions of our city, almost brought me to tears when I was out there handing my flyers out and my palm cards out campaigning, because I'm like, my kids can't do that around my house.
No.
And it's not that we don't want y'all to have lunch. Man, listen, if we had an assurance,
I'll be taking a nap.
Go ahead. Have at it. Go ahead. We out here in this village of a city, and everyone's watching, and we're good. And the police is like, just there waving everybody by. Hey, how's it going?
Basketball with the kids.
It is not. So that's not the reality in many spaces. So I told Di, I said, listen, like, I'd have to get in the car and ride a block or so behind her while she walk. If that's how I feel, like
because we understand protective, but then I also understand at y'all point of view, like, you never know. There's kidnapping, shootings,
right?
There's fights, jumps,
right?
All of this. You never know.
And people are creepy out here in these streets.
You might let your kids go out and you might never see them again one day.
And can you imagine what we would have to feel like? What
y'all would feel like
that
it's
would
all on y'all because y'all wasn't there to protect them. From
right. So you understand from a real.
I will walk her to a party. I gotta walk in. I gotta look at
who here?
What's going on?
Right.
What's the attire? What are we doing?
So
it was a party recently, and she did not want me to go just because of the theme. Ooh, she was not on that party.
So, but honestly,
but supporting them, like Mr. Hanley was saying, making sure the kids branching off and stuff. I've always tried to support all her ideas and stuff. She was a kid. But she made a cute outfit out of shopping bags.
Okay.
She came in the room and said, "Look, Mom, I made a dress." And ever since that, she started learning how to sew, and she started a little a clothing line,
Okay.
by Asana.
Come
She took a
on.
little break. She did a few pop-up shops, but as a kid, a lot of people would walk by. You're a kid, and then like she would hand splat her stuff. So
right.
Kind of.
Man, I hand did everything.
Yeah.
And distress in my hand, so it kind of wasn't maybe as interesting. I don't know, but so she got a little discouraged. But now she's doing her beads. Things
I
that
love
are more
bracelets
popular.
so much. Oh my gosh, I feel like a way to express yourself can be through jewelry.
Right.
Like, when I wear my bracelets, I feel like they add a pop towards me.
Come on now.
I feel like some of them they inspire my mood. Like I have a yellow and pink one in the Chanel.
Right.
It's so
Come on.
It's making me all happy and stuff.
So and then I have like using the platforms, Instagram.
Right.
Like
and see, showing that and this is the beauty of it. The beauty of it is that these young people have ideas. They're ready to move forward.
But
so
some young people are nervous about it because they don't know how their outcome might be. They don't know if they'll be turned down by the society. They don't know if they'll not have any type of support system and eventually get discouraged, especially here because I feel like more adults are focused on the adults more than the kids.
Yeah.
So,
and when they focus on your own, and it becomes in a sense, it's kind of self-centered. And it's not really putting the focus on like the future, because what happens is if we don't invest into them, then we're going to feel that later. Why sometimes, and let's keep it 100.
We should have a junior pop-up shop. All the kids.
Yeah, all the kids. All of them.
There are a lot of kids doing stuff. Ron J, what's his name?
He's
Ron
in my life. Ron is
Shout
in
out
my
to
life.
Ron J.
Come on, Ron J.
Stay true.
Stay true.
Come on now.
These kids are really out here doing stuff, but some of us don't know.
Right.
So maybe we should,
we need to
pop-up shop. Like,
right.
Let's go, children. Let's go.
My wife says she hates telling me some ideas because I be like, let's do it now. Because my thing is that
we got the space down here at 716 Fire Radio.
Just that simple.
There it is.
Why not?
So watch this. So again, y'all got and reach out. Watch this. Reach out to your people. And what we can do is we can set things. And what happens is, that room in there. How about that? Let's make that today. Let's make that declaration today.
Yeah.
Let's say, as a startup, the rec centers idea. Okay. Let's say that our room here.
Yeah.
We'll find a day that really works.
Yep.
And that's going to be a day where y'all are able to come in and kick it as just and it's a safe space. You ain't got to worry about nothing going on around this way at the end of the day, where your friends and your group, where y'all can, and where we can have community conversation.
Right there's the park.
Right.
Go stay outside, come back in. We can all come chill. Then our parents come pick us up. They can't say that we was out running the streets all day.
Right.
And we was here and there.
Right. And you have people here that are responsible that will actually make sure that all is well when it comes down to it. Because see, I guess this is our, if you don't mind,
go ahead.
Bishop Hanley. Listen, this is us putting our money or our resource where our mouth is.
For sure.
Because we said, we're telling y'all to come up with a plan, then we need to have a space.
Absolutely.
A space that y'all can feel comfortable, a space that y'all feel safe, and a space that, So I'm going to do what I got to do on my end. If I got to donate a flat screen or something like that to put on the wall or whatever.
I could donate some too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We got about 7 flat screens.
Hey! Tell her all of this. Oh my God, I love it.
Please
I
don't
love
come
it.
by my house, y'all.
So that's a start. So that's a start. We dream big, but we use what we have. until it builds. Because what happens is, and I can tell you even from a governing standpoint, is eyes open when we see that there's a need for, well, my eyes, I go hard. Some people don't pay attention to the need, but in the event we pack this building out, there's going to be like, okay, hold on, wait, these kids they're showing us something.
Yes.
And it started here, and there can be a lot of starts here. So with that being said, we made it really clear today that Fire 716 is when we're getting everything squared away. And it ain't gonna take all day. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't gonna. We getting stuff squared away where this generation of people right here, this young lady right here, and her generation, my daughter's generation, there, and the generation behind them as well. You know, we want to make a space. Oh, and there's we have a very youthful space on the other side of like this building is going to be utilized for a lot of stuff.
Because even when you guys talking, because I even thought about and I'm just talking because I'm a good talker, right? But just on what I know that I can do, because you can have classes, courses, chill out. So you got a cosmetologist might doing here, showing stuff. Y'all can do that in there. Rock out, bam. You can have a gaming over here. Y'all can have a thing over here, and just take advantage of what's here. And when you're talking, I have no problem. Ain't nothing to pop up a podcast.
Come on,
I'm the orchestrator.
They're one of their own.
It's nothing to do that. They come in here, we talking today. Y'all don't talk how y'all talk. Help us, Jehovah. Dialogue.
I mean, just like this, we could all go live and we could talk about how we feel in our own city, how we feel about certain things.
Absolutely.
What we want to see more of, what we want to see less of. We could all come and sit in here. Y'all got the setup. If it's something we want to be interested in and show it off, then
absolutely.
I mean, if it's positive, why not support it?
Right.
Especially if it's now everybody want to watch Baddies West. She don't hear the end about it. They all want to see about Stunna Girl and Krishan Rock. It's all drama. It's all fighting. It's all arguing every day, 24/7. And if that's what the kids are watching, that's what they're gonna be more interested in.
Right.
We should pull them away from the negativity and push them towards more positive stuff.
Listen.
So I'm gonna ask you, Donta, as a parent, and this is a question I probably have for a lot of parents. Raising them as teenagers, like she said, a lot of the kids like the things like baddies and this stuff, the gel B guns.
Oh, I cannot stand getting shot up.
I personally don't really like her watching fighting shows, stuff like that. I don't want.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want her being shot up with them gel B guns and stuff
like
that. So I mean, like, how do we let our kids know that it's okay to be with your friends, but like, I'm uncomfortable with some of that stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes she gets a little upset. Like, you get upset with me sometimes. You know what I mean? But like,
I tell you,
uncomfortable. Something that's just uncomfortable with some of their generation is allowed to be doing.
They have. I'm gonna tell you, they have their own. They have their own. Thought process, right? Their generation. One thing that I always push is continuously be a leader. Continuously be a leader. You don't have to follow trends and ideas, and just because it's something that's going on right now and it's in the school and your friends are doing it, doesn't mean, because guess what? Trends and fads, those things they come and they go. They don't stick around. It's not something.
When the new trends come, everybody want to
jump to that and it bandwagon. So you're not a bandwagoner. You're a leader. You become the.
It's only about 3 leaders in Niagara Falls in
Well, see, and but you know what has to happen? Yo, I'm trying to tell you. And so what has to happen is that those 3 has to stand up. And those 3 have to drive your stake in the ground as a youth leader. That's when I say drive your stake, a leader leads.
Make your voice heard. Make everybody see what you're trying to project out for people.
I think that as a parent, to continue to hold your standard and also continue to educate and teach them.
Right.
Because nothing is new under the sun. They got jail bees. We had super soakers.
Right.
We was running around shooting people up with the water, take it, and it's like there's no harm to that. What happens is the generation always pushes the next level or the next extreme.
Yeah.
But it's always, even to our parents, they talk about us. Oh yeah, you was just there too. Okay,
Right,
y'all is the baby boomers. Y'all was booming. But what happens is, I think that as you evolve, you learn and you grow, and you want the best for your child. So what you do as a parent, you continue to train. Life is going to be what it's going to be. You can't stop everything. You can try to shut it all down. And you write that standard, and you take that friction for what it is. Hey, I get it. Hey, you be all right. God bless you. You a lot. Okay.
Right.
So, and I think you got to take that with stride, because even though they're still young, they're still learning, they're still evolving. So I think that balance between, I'm not ready yet. My kid's only two and one. Okay, Lord help us, Jehovah.
My God, my God.
You know, as they evolve into who they become and who they are. Continue to educate them and let them know, listen, this is what it is. This is real life. Right. Don't be naive. Don't be taken by shock. And this is why I said what I said. And they may not accept it, may not want to, but what happens is when they see it, your voice will resonate. Oh, my mom did. She said that. Like,
right,
that's crazy.
right. Because then it becomes.
Here he go now. No, I'm gonna get out of that. I'm gonna get out because
no, that's good. That's good.
Story.
Right.
But what happened was there was a game called hide and seek, but it was a different kind of vocabulary word.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was a game that we just, as a kid, just thought was fun, just crazy, whatever. But then I look back and I reflect, like the same people that was playing this game, a lot of them are in a lifestyle that's just kind of wild and crazy, and it took a turn for them. And for us, it was just innocent. We don't know nothing for real. But the wisdom of the parent being able to
I think communicate. You told me about that game.
My God, my God.
And what happens,
my God.
A lot of things, and what happens is, because repetition is the key to persuasion. And certain things are pushed to the, even with the jail beat. Yeah, it's fun now because these little jail beats, they ain't killing nobody. No, but if that person doesn't have the knowledge or the structure, that can transfer easy to a BB gun, which now feels like a real gun.
And they got them airsofts and them batteries in there.
Right. And then it can transition to
scars all
crazy.
Over from them little beats.
Yeah. So you got to be careful, because just as easy as it is to shoot you for play, for a kid who's developing, it can just be easy to have a real gun and not
turn
even
into a real gun.
Valid. And those are things that we don't really have discussion about. But that's the role of being the parent.
Right.
That's something that a lot of these kids like to show off. They like to flex the guns and the money. Sometimes it don't even be y'all money.
And
I be flexing somebody else's money.
Tell the truth.
Y'all don't
Come
got
on
no
now.
jobs for real. I know somebody. He about 16 years old. He flexing money, but he don't work. Whose money are you flexing for real?
Flexing somebody else's allowance. Quit playing. So listen, Lauren,
put that rent money back.
Right. So Lauren Fassetti, she put summer camp for trades is wonderful. She said Mr. Laurie would love to hear that as well. And Miss Deborah Hicks said let's include home economics and etiquette classes with what she said as well. Let's see here.
Don't nobody got no etiquette and manners here.
Chrissy Marie, she said used to be the center over by Jordan Gardens. What happened? Yeah.
We learned a lot of stuff here at the community center. We learned a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and we get so caught up on these outside parks and putting money on outside. I said first and foremost, let me tell you something. We have 3 good months, and that's if Mother Nature don't rain us all out to even deal with these outside parks. We need to start focusing on what can we have that's year round. So that's something I wanted to add to that as well.
Cooking classes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love cooking.
Cooking classes. You know what I mean?
Lauren, she also put the old Walmart should be a Great Wolf Lodge.
Ooh, so then people don't have to go across the border.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people can go across the border.
And let's see, Mary, she put, so there's an idea, Donta, if you want us to have, come on, our community has to do it like, Frank,
but definitely
so,
Asana, definitely this, you don't open it up, so your friends, you invite, y'all some bean bags, stuff like that.
Y'all bring y'all pillows, bring y'all blankets.
Right.
I got a weed. Y'all want to come do some just dance?
Right. Because y'all got,
we here. Let's go.
Okay.
Let me put this
real quick. So it's a lot of people responding on here. Oh, somebody put Junior Pop-Up Shop would be fantastic. Nisi, she would donate something. It's people that's like are interested.
And this is what I say: when you have the plan, people know how to support. Like, have the plan. The people that's on it right now, hold them accountable.
But we got to
Right.
take steps. So.
And guess what? When I tell you that when y'all come to city council, bring the kids to city council. Y'all have a space. One thing that y'all guarantee y'all got one person that's gonna be sitting up there that's gonna echo the mess out of everything that y'all say. Trust and believe. Bill Kennedy, I'm quite sure you know Bill, right?
Oh, I sure do know him.
Yeah, he said Asana is one of the most forward thinkers and realistic young ladies in our city. He said,
I love Mr. Kennedy.
Right. He said she periodically drove me crazy, but she is absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, okay. So, I'm gonna have to close it down real quick. But I tell you what, this is just the beginning, and we're gonna set it up with you if you don't mind coming back.
No,
it's gonna be a part 2. Y'all.
Hey, it's gonna be a part 2.
Y'all.
And watch this. I want you to bring one of your people, one of your friends, a friend, so we can actually have that synergy.
I know who I want to bring. I know exactly who I want to bring.
Guess what? She ain't gonna even tell y'all now, because guess what? It's gonna be a surprise. We'll holler at y'all when that time comes. It's gonna be a part 2. Listen, thank you so much, Asana.
You're welcome.
And
thank you.
Mama Bear over here. Listen, if y'all want, are you still teaching dance, love?
No.
Ron said, "What's up?"
Privately for a dance mover, so you can look me up.
Okay. Any kind, every kind.
Everything.
All right. So listen.
Anytime, like you said.
Check us out. Y'all can shoot around, whether it's here online or 5716. Because we want to support everybody.
Absolutely.
Right? The one and only Bishop Apostle.
What's crazy is my mama introduced me as Mighty Bishop Wednesday.
Mighty Bishop. The one and only. We are going to be trust and believe. Peace and love to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Much love.